In a village, Sagar and Manav were two friends. Sagar was a nice guy, but Manav was a greedy kind of guy. They both had tea stalls, but their profits were nothing special. One day, Sagar goes to meet his cousin Soham.
Hey Sagar, how are you? Is everything alright at home? I'm fine, brother, and everything at home is fine. It's just that my business isn't going so well. Hey brother, if your business is not going so well, why don't you try some other business? You are correct, but what business should I start? There are already a lot of people in the market who do various types of business. Sagar, I have an idea. Sister-in-law makes such a good pulao. So why don't you sell her handmade pulao? You will get a very good price because people have never eaten such a delicious pulao. Oh yes, Soham, this is a brilliant idea. Why didn't I think of it earlier?
After talking to Soham, Sagar left for home. Sagar's wife used to make very delicious pulao. From the next day, Sagar followed Soham's idea. He set up a stall in the market and started selling pulao. Everyone who came to his shop liked pulao very much. And now, Sagar started to earn really good money. Seeing all of this,
Sagar is achieving so much day by day. I too must do something.
the next day, Manav opens a stall near Sagar's shop and begins selling pulao at a very low rate. Sagar's customer started gathering at Manav's stall buying pulao. Seeing all of this happening, Sagar feels disheartened. Sagar went to a distant village and started doing his business. Manav used to make good profits because now Sagar was out of the picture. But he was never satisfied. No matter how much money he had, but as humans, we are never satisfied with our situation.
Right now, no one will be able to compete with me. Even if I gradually cut on the pulao, no one will notice. And I will still outperform everyone. After all, nobody is here to judge me in comparison.
The following day, Manav cut back on the amount of pulao prepared and started serving less to the populace. However, it wasn't long before people realized that Manav had cut back on the pulao. Due to this reason, customers were no longer visiting Manav's stall. After a few days, Sagar learned that no one was buying pulao from Manav. So he returned back to his village and he started selling pulao as he did previously. Due to lack of buyer, Manav's stall had now been closed.
Manav, you should not be greedy. Look what it made you do. Look where your greed has brought you.
I have made a mistake, Sagar. I did wrong to you. Please forgive me, if possible.
Oh, no problem. We are friends and no apologies are allowed in friendship. You realized your mistake, which is a very good thing. I have already forgiven you. Manav, I was thinking, why don't we sell pulao together?
Sagar, you are really generous. You still see me favorably despite everything I did to you. Thank you, friend.
Hey Manav, what are friends for after all?
May God bless everyone with a friend like you.
From the very next day, Manav and Sagar together started selling pulao in the village. Seeing both of them working together, the people of the village started coming to their stall. Gradually, their business went from one village to another, and both the friends always lived together and did their business very.
Hey, what is all this? Move away from the front. Can't you see that Pappu Pandey has come? Well, who is Pappu Pandey? It's me. Who else? Now don't show your teeth. Huh? Get out of the front. Our customer is getting late.
In his own time, Pappu Pandey used to get engaged in everything. He used to flaunt in the village's corner, where he used to bluff up big things.
Last year, I had a tourist passenger in my auto. I traveled across Agra with him. I saw the Taj Mahal, slept in a big hotel, and you know that foreigner didn't go anywhere without me. This is Pappu Pandey.
Is it so?
What do you think?
And just then, another auto driver came there.
Brother, have you heard or not? What? The government has made a rule that from today, all the autos will run according to the meter.
Oh God, what will we do now?
That's what we have been doing till now.
What?
Now you watch.
Now,
Yes, ma'am. Everyone now drives by the meter. This is the new rule of government.
after going a short distance, Pappu took a left turn instead of right.
Madam, there is a lot of traffic there. Don't worry. This is a shortcut.
Okay. Pappu reached Lakshmi Chowk after taking the longer route all around.
Ma'am, it's 80 rupees.
But Lakshmi Chowk fare is only 50 rupees.
We used to take that. But now the government rule says we have to take money according to the meter.
The woman checked the meter and gave the money to Pappu. Pappu was very happy. In the evening, Pappu reached the village corner.
Oh man, this meter has ruined our business.
Yours, not mine. I have found a solution. It's Pappu Pandey.
Pappu told them everything.
Yes, that's right.
From today, we will do the same.
From the next day, the auto drivers tried Pappu's idea and those drivers also started taking the long routes. This went on for several days. Then the passengers complained to the traffic officers. The traffic officers set out to nab these robbers. One traffic officer sat in Pappu's auto.
Lakshmi Chowk? Okay, sir.
Pappu started taking the longer ride as usual, and the officer sitting behind him started taking note of all of this. Finally, Pappu reached Lakshmi Chowk.
70 rupees. Not 70. It's 7,000 rupees and 3 months of jail.
Pappu had to go to lockup due to his greed, that too with all of his friends.
It was when Gattu and Chinky's dad was going out of town on an office trip. Kids, don't bother mom. And along with sports, focus on your studies as well. I will come back within a week. Grandma is coming to give you company, okay? And take this money so that you can eat whatever you want. Dad gave some money to Gattu and Chinky and went away. As soon as their father left, their mom's torture started.
Gattu, Chinky, you are still sleeping? Get up, you have to go to school.
Mom, please give 5 minutes more.
Did you forget what your dad has told you? Do not bother mom. Get ready immediately. I will drop you at school.
Dad too used to adjust. Whenever we used to get late, he never used to go to office without dropping us at school. You too let us sleep for a while. Then you can take us to school.
I am your mom, not your dad. Wake up soon, otherwise you won't get anything. No breakfast, no lunchbox.
On hearing this, Gattu Chinky got angry and got up from the bed and started getting ready for school.
I have kept both your lunchboxes in your bags. Pick your bag up and come down. I have called the taxi online. It will be here in a while.
Dad used to carry our bags to the car. Then why are you asking us to pick our bags?
I am not your dad. I'm your mom. Stop repeating the same things over and over again. Let's hurry up.
Seeing this harsh treatment of their mom, Gattu Chinky almost started crying.
We won't go to school with you. If not with me, then with whom you will go?
With Hari's father. We will go with him.
Mom also got angry after hearing this.
Go with whoever you want. Don't bother me.
Saying this, their mom got furious and went inside the kitchen. Gattu Chinky also got angry and walked out of the hall, and their grandmother kept watching all this sitting on the couch. After Gattu Chinky's school ended in the evening, they came outside for returning back to home. That's when Hari came running to them.
Hey man, I'm really sorry. Dad is stuck in a meeting, so he's not coming to pick us up. My mother is coming, and that too on a scooty. But the 3 of us won't be able to go on that. If you say, I can tell my mom. My mom will call your mom, and then your mom will also come to pick you up.
Hearing this, both of them said,
No need of that.
Then what? Gattu and Chinky started walking towards their home.
Hari's mother is so nice. She came to take him. Our mother could have also come to pick us up. Why will she come? She doesn't love us at all.
While talking to each other, both of them reached the Bhola Kachori Center, whose kachoris were famous in the city.
Bhola has opened his shop for the first time after lockdown. Now we will go only after eating kachoris. Yes, Papa has given us lot of money.
Then what? Both of them ate kachoris and paid the bill to Bhola Seth.
Mom also likes kachoris. We should take some kachoris for mom also. No. She doesn't think about us. Then why we will think about her?
Then Gattu and Chinky came back to home. Grandma was waiting for them in the hall.
Here you are. Where is your mom?
Hearing that, Gattu and Chinky were shocked.
Where is mom means? Isn't she at home? As soon as she came to know that Hari's father would not be able to pick you up, your mother went to school to pick you.
After hearing this, Gattu and Chinky got upset.
Grandmother, we came back walking, but we didn't meet mom on the way.
Grandma calls mom, but her mobile was out of network. Seeing this, Gattu Chinky became even more upset. Gradually, it became night, but their mother didn't return back home. Gattu and Chinky came to Grandma and started crying loudly.
Grandmother, when will mom come back?
Grandmother, we want our mom back.
Gattu and Chinky kept crying for a long time and slept weeping in Grandma's room. It was 9 o'clock in the night. Gattu and Chinky were sleeping when they heard a conversation between their mother and grandmother.
Today I was so worried. And then the security guard told me that children had left for home. Even my mobile was out of network.
What were you doing for so long? If you would have come straight to home, then you would get to meet the children.
As soon as the guard told me the children had left for home, I also started walking towards home. Then on the way I stopped at Bhola Kachori Center. Thought to take some kachoris for the children. I stood in the queue and that's why I got late.
Hearing all this, Gattu and Chinky's sleep went away. Both of them realized their mistake and jumped off the bed and went straight into their mom's lap and started